Good afternoon. I'm Karen Holmes Ward, and welcome to Cityline. Later, we're going to talk about efforts to revitalize one of this city's institutions, Dorchester's Freedom House. But first, you're about to meet a man who doesn't waste a moment of living. Kaji Aso is a painter, calligrapher, sometime opera singer, tea ceremony master, marathoner, and kayaker. Aso came to Boston from Tokyo, Japan in 1967 to teach at the MFA and to open his own studio. He is one of Japan's best-known classical artists. In part 3 of our series on Asian art, you'll see how closely Eastern philosophy and artistic technique are linked together. Kaji Aso's calligraphy and sumi paintings are in museums all over the world. In his native country of Japan, 13 of Aso's works are registered as National Treasure, the highest honor an artist can receive. And like any good artist, Aso has his apprentices. On a quiet Wednesday afternoon, 4 students and a couple of patient doves meditate in Aso's studio behind Symphony Hall in Boston.
Try to breathe deep as much as you could.
Meditation is necessary before each class begins to calm the heart and mind, clearing any feelings of chaos caused by a busy life.
If you're kept in a high beat all the time, it's not good. You don't live long. I try, in a daily life to keep good condition. I don't push myself, I don't force myself.
Painting sumi style is like painting watercolors in black and white. Emphasis is on space and value rather than color, and evoking the ki, meaning life energy or spirit of the subject of the painting. So Aso's painting of a butterfly looks the way it might look in real life, blurry with flight, brushed with sunlight. This type of artistic philosophy is very different from Western styles that often focus on accuracy of depiction, color scheme, and perspective.
In Europe, at least Renaissance time, say from Giotto, like 13th century to like 18th century, most of the work which they did through the painting is science. In fact, how to capture the scene of this world, such as perspective and balance and all this kind of concept is basically the science. Then the highest level of art is, in fact, in Japan, it's black and white, brush stroke. These art are not really, designed or planned to perform, but exercise themselves, projection of their life.
I've always been attracted to the sumi style of painting. It seems to capture an essence of the object, simple, very truthful, and just very strong feeling of the image. Basically, you start with the calligraphy before you get to the sumi in order to become more comfortable with the brush stroke.
So, Aso teaches them to draw a circle, one of the most important symbols in the East. The circle represents the cycle of life and also the Japanese concept of wa, or harmony.
First of all, to make circle is not easy, and you have to have a circle in your mind.
Drawing a circle seems easy until you try it. Similarly, Japanese sumi painting and calligraphy may seem simple to a Western eye.
The simplicity is kind of almost like a catchphrase of Eastern culture, Zen culture. But see, when things are unified, it's become one. So therefore, it gives impression as a very simple thing. But elements are very complicated, and the elements are very rich. So all these things, when they got, they meet at one point. So it's become very simple.
Calligraphy is so respected in Japan that even to step over a piece of calligraphy is insulting because it's believed the letters contain or reflect the spirit of whoever wrote them.
Calligraphy in Japan, in our culture, especially our generations, everyone have to do. And not just, learning writing pretty letters, but it's kind of a basic education, self-discipline, or, how to say, being able to concentrate your mind. You can create the good condition of life through the calligraphy. Intending a beautiful letter, to do beautiful letter, then naturally your condition, mind will be elevated. That's why.
And what's Aso's condition of mind when he's at work?
A lot of the time when I think while I'm painting, I'm thinking some good food. The most important thing is really for human life, it's being spontaneous. First being spontaneous, then you, how to say, adjust your mind, adjust your condition. A lot of American people who is interested in Eastern cultures, and they are only seeing and looking for only one aspect, which is really quiet, meditative, and peaceful. And that is a goal, but human being has a lot of things to do. Well, we have a lot of elements. When you are successfully put all this human element together, unified, then naturally, rich and peaceful condition will be established there.
When Aso isn't painting or teaching, he holds tea ceremonies in his very own Japanese tea house called House of Flower Wind. When classes are out, he's usually on some sort of adventure. An avid outdoorsman, Aso has canoed down the Mississippi River and the Seine in France. In 1993, a Japanese film crew made this documentary of Aso and his students, who spent 6 weeks kayaking down the Nile River from Sudan to Egypt. To top things off, Aso also ran in his 29th Boston Marathon this year.
That's it. All right.
But most of the time, he's in his Boston studio, teaching and painting. His 2 pet doves keeping him company. If there's anything Aso wants to be his legacy, it's this.
Art should not be only for commercial goods, and I hope my students are not depressed even when their work is not sold well. I hope they will find, I think they have been finding already, art, to live with the art, and art itself is their life, and through the art, they share the life with other people. I think this is the most peaceful way, and, I think it's the most accurate way to live all human beings peacefully together.
If you're interested in finding out about Mr. Aso's classes, you can call the Kaji Aso studio for schedule and registration information. The number is 617-247-1719. And up next, changes for the Freedom House in Dorchester. We'll tell you about that coming up.